Russian influence campaign sought to exploit Americans' trust in local news. Oh, what did these crazy Russians do now with their memes? Russia's information attack against the United States. Oh, now it's an information attack. First it was collusion, then it was treason, then it was interference. Now it's an information attack. I'm going to attack you with this information. What's the information? It's Jesus arm wrestling Satan. Here's some more information I'm attacking you with. It's Bernie Sanders with rainbow abs. And wait for it, it's in broken English. Ooh, we're ready to take down $1 billion campaign. How can anyone write these articles with a straight face anymore? I bet they don't. These articles should all have a laugh track. Russia's information attack against the United States. During the 2016 election cycle, sought to take advantage of the greater trust that Americans tend to place in local news. Yeah, you know those Americans, they flock to local news. Local newspapers are thriving. They're not just glorified coupon books at this point. They are thriving. That's where all of it, media homogenization totally didn't touch those local newspapers. No way. What a joke. The information operatives who worked out of the Internet Research Agency in St. Petersburg did not stop at posting as American social media users are spreading false information from purported news sources. We had a big plan. They also created a number of Twitter accounts that posed as sources for Americans' hometown headlines. NPR's reviewed information connected with the investigation and found 48 such accounts. If 48 fake Twitter accounts can't take down nationwide localized media everywhere, I don't know what could. Guys, I'll tell you what, this Onion piece is pretty solid. A not insignificant amount of those had some sort of variation on what appeared to be a homegrown local news site, said Brett Schaefer, a social media analyst for the Alliance for Securing Democracy, which tracks Russian influence operations. There's jobs dedicated to this bullshit now. There's jobs dedicated to this. Another example, the Internet Research Agency created an account that looks like it was the Chicago Daily News. The newspaper shuttered in 1978. So they're so effective and they're so good at their propaganda, and they're so influential, they pick out media outlets that have been gone for over 30 years. That's how thorough and legitimate they are. Clearly, Putin himself was Googling this. You guys realize how ridiculous this is, right? You realize how this is just neo-McCarthyism bullshit and a waste of time. Alright, this is... First, the Russian was a years-long effort. The Russians are playing a long game. Look, it's going to start out with memes that only 300 people are going to see. It's going to morph into Rainbow Bernie abs. Senator Susan Collins weighed in. This effort is not over. The Russians are trying to sow the seeds of discontent in our society, take advantage of the polarization that exists. Yes, that's right. And keep in mind, that's why the polarization exists. It doesn't exist because people have been screwed over by 40 years of neoliberalism. It doesn't exist because people feel like they've been abandoned by both political parties, because they have. It doesn't exist because there's no such thing as actual debate on issues in this country. You're just labeled either a deplorable or a bot or a purist or pick a name. Pick a name and apply it across the board. It doesn't exist because we have presidential debates that are so void of any substance, the opening act should just be a guy getting kicked in the balls. The polarization doesn't exist because of that. It exists because Russia's telling us we have problems. Tell that to the person that lives in a food desert and has to work 3 jobs to survive. Russia's tricking them into thinking anything's wrong. They got it made. George Bush will tell you you're uniquely American. There's no problems here. Russia's tricking you. How condescending. And NPR is just jumping right on that train. because they are bought and paid for. NPR was bought and paid for a long time ago, and it is tragic what happened to that organization. Beyond tragic what happened to that organization. Hey guys, thanks for watching. That was a clip from Get Your News On with Ron, the world's first viewer-curated streaming news show. What does that mean? That means I log on to a stream and people tweet me articles over on Twitter at Ron Placone, or they use our Reddit subsection, which is just Get Your News On with Ron over on Reddit. And that's how we build the show. I'm seeing all these articles for the first time. We are literally getting our news on together. Follow me on Twitter at Ron Placone so you can participate. And this show streams live every Tuesday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please do tune in. If you want to support this show, you can do so over on patreon.com/Ron Placone, where for as low as $1 a month, you get access to exclusive podcasts every week, exclusive videos, free tickets to shows when I'm performing in your town, and more for as low as $1 a month. Please do consider it. Thank you so much for your support. This has been Get Your News On with Ron.